Welcome you to our regular trustee meeting. Today is Board of Trustee meetings. Today is November the 12th, 2019, and it's approximately around 5:30. And would like to begin first with the roll call.
Yes.
Mr. Bernie?
Excuse me. Mr. Bernie?
Present.
Mr. Honlaw?
Present.
Ms. McFarland?
Present.
All the trustees are present.
Okay. And next, let's do the Pledge of Allegiance, and I'd like Browder, our Chief of Police, to lead us.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay.
Cold weather, I'm getting hot.
Well, looks like it may be cold outside, but it's warm in here, and we got a nice agenda. Let's start with the approval of the minutes. We had regular session October the 8th, 2019, public hearing on October the 9th, 2019, and regular work session October the 22nd, 2019. Need a motion to approve those minutes?
So moved. Seconded.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion, those minutes are approved. And Mr. Burning, our fiscal officer, if you could
Yes,
give us
Ms.
a financial
McFarland,
report, please.
Wow, big audience. For the month ending October 31st, 2019, the township's expenditures were $1,491,695.39, and receipts were $1,222,094.51. That gives us an ending cash balance of $21,866,131.72, including obligations to expenditures, payroll, regular operating costs, ongoing capital improvement projects, and investments. What I request is a motion to approve the receipts, warrants, payroll expenditures, update, and current revenues and reports for the period ending October 31st, 2019. Do I have a motion?
So moved. Seconded.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Good, motion carries. And I want everyone to know that financial reports are available for viewing during regular business hours at the township offices or on our website 24/7. Thank you, Ms. McFarland.
Thank you, Mr. Burning. Excellent report. Next, we have our departmental action and discussion items. I'm going to turn it over to our administrator, Mr. Gilbert.
Thank you, Ms. McFarland. This evening, we do have a light agenda. I guess this would be considered the calm before the storm with us internally here in admin and our various departments. We're starting our budget process actually tomorrow. Kim Cox and I will be meeting with various department heads to begin the temporary appropriations process. So light agenda tonight. However, we will get to work tomorrow and prepare our budget for 2020. The first action item I have on the agenda is our healthcare renewal. As the board is aware in previous discussions, we have our third-party administrators custom design benefits. Our broker is actually Highland. And this year we are changing our stop-loss carrier from Optum to NUS. The reason that change is taking place is simply because of price. We went out to the market and looked at various options regarding our stop-loss, and they provided the best quote. Therefore, I am requesting a motion authorizing the administrator to enter into an agreement with NUS for our stop-loss carrier for a health insurance renewal. And I will add that our fixed costs relative to our TPA, our broker, and any fees associated with the stop-loss is actually a reduction in cost from the previous year. However, as you know, because we're self-funded, we budget for maximum claim liability, and because we pay the claims up to a certain amount before stop-loss kicks in, it is a slight increase over last year in terms of what we're going to have to budget for, but it isn't a guaranteed expense. It's an appropriation we have to make, but it isn't a guaranteed expenditure. The guaranteed expenditure is actually our premium and our fees and admin fees associated with our various contracts is actually about a 15% reduction from last year.
What about the benefits? Were there any major changes?
No, and that's the thing, and credit given to Larry Mullins and our various other staff members that are involved with the benefits team. We were able to keep the benefits exactly the same. And because we're doing some creative things with, I won't go down this rabbit hole necessarily, but how we're lasering out certain people with high claimants, and we don't know who they are, but our TPA does. Doing some creative things with our stop-loss carrier, we're able to keep the benefits the same, however, reduce our fixed costs. Although we expect claims to go up slightly beyond last year, it isn't a guarantee. It's simply speculative, and we have to budget for that possible liability. But no, the plan, to your question, is the same.
Okay, that's good. So do we need a motion?
Yes.
So moved. Seconded.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
The next two items I have for action are liquor permit hearing requests. The first being Beneby Enterprises, which is essentially a change in ownership for the La Roses at the intersection of Galbraith and Winton, I believe. No, Hamilton Avenue. I'm sorry.
Seven Hills.
Seven Hills, Hamilton Avenue. Chief, I don't believe there's any objections.
No objection.
Okay, so I would just ask for a motion to send the appropriate paperwork to the Board of Liquor Control.
So moved. Seconded.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Similar, we have a request by Mexico Cozumel Brands, which is the new Mi Cozumel restaurant in the former Applebee's on Winton Road. And Chief, I believe there are no objections there either.
We've done the proper background investigations, no issues.
Okay, so I would just ask for a motion to send the appropriate paperwork to the Division of Liquor Control for that one as well.
So moved. Seconded.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Do we know when they're gonna open?
I had Captain Stein today call the contractor. He said that the company is finishing up some work on another, I don't know if it's the same type of business, but another project they're working on the west side of town. And they're working on the sprinkler system now. And I don't know, Rick, if you have any information regarding what they're doing, but.
I know we did an inspection last week, but they're early December is the last we heard.
Yeah, that's the one I heard as well, but it looks like it may be extended beyond that based on the work that's taking place.
So would they be
Just
open
wondering.
weekends and holidays, or just?
I'm sorry?
The days that they're gonna be in operation, is it Monday through Friday, Monday through Saturday?
My understanding, it's a typical restaurant, so every day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Looking at other discussion items, just letting you know that prior to our December 10th regular meeting at 5:15, we will have a meeting for the Firefighter Dependency Fund Board. And that notice will go out here soon, but just wanted to bring that to the board's attention. Personnel update, we only had one piece of activity, which was in the police department. Our police officer, Nicholas Hornback, received a resignation. He's moving on to Westchester Township, right, Chief?
Correct.
So I know that's where he's from and had a desire to go home, so,
Correct. Very, very good officer. We're gonna miss him greatly.
yeah. But my understanding, we'll start the process here soon to replace him.
That's correct.
With that, I'll turn it over to Kim for community events.
We just have our last event of the year. It's about 3.5 weeks away, and that's Winterfest. So Winterfest is 2 days this year instead of just one, as we've had in years past. It'll start off with a breakfast with Santa on Saturday, and then the Winterfest, Winter Village, and all of the activities will begin at 12 o'clock noon. We have a parade at 1, where Miss Gwen McFarland is the parade grand marshal.
Thank you.
We will have Madcap Puppet Show, there's gonna be magic shows every half hour, free hay rides, petting zoo, art craft vendor fair, food trucks, concessions, ice sculpture demonstrations, school performances, fireworks at 7 on Saturday. Then on Sunday, we're turning it all over to an international theme, so all of the activities will be the same, actually including an iceless ice rink that's gonna be on both days. And then, so that Sunday, with the international theme, we have international dance performances outside, and the Cincinnati Civic Orchestra is gonna have their holiday concert. It's a Russian theme on the inside at the Event Center. And then, again, the art craft vendor fair is also indoors, so plenty of things to do outside and inside. We're gonna have advertisements that should be running on Warm 98 here in about a week or so, and sheds will be starting to be delivered next week.
Thank you, Kim.
And I just have to add, the performance at Mount Healthy High School was just phenomenal. It was, you worked so hard to make that happen, and everyone else that worked with you. The best thing was seeing all of the students participating. I mean, they were so excited,
And the energy that they demonstrated was just phenomenal, and the audience was, the way they engaged the audience, it was just fantastic. Kim was still running around like, on roller skates, but you just did a great, but you did a fantastic job for making that happen, and the community loved it.
It was a really successful event. We were glad to have an artist in the school for the first time and do that kind of collaborative event. Something we've been wanting to do for a really long time. So it was really nice to see.
Are you going to repeat that, or is that just a one-time thing?
Well, so we're going to continue our relationship with the Mount Healthy School District, and we're actually going to be putting theater back onto that stage, but it's going to be open to any student between the ages of 10 to 17, and running a community theater program. But that particular event, we've had talks already with some interest about potentially putting it over at when the school opens.
Oh, that would be neat, yeah.
Fantastic. Well, the board has copies of the departmental activity reports, and unless there are any questions regarding those, that concludes my report.
Wow, I can't believe this. Well, we're next down to our resolutions. Okay, first resolution is resolution number 111, 2019, supplemental appropriations within the Ambulance and Emergency Medical Services Fund, Community Development Block Grant Fund, and the Task Force Grant Fund. Need a motion.
So moved. Seconded.
Mr. Burning.
Aye.
Mr. Honolo.
Aye.
Ms. McFarland.
Aye.
Resolution carries.
The next resolution is number 112, 2019, authorizing private sale of unneeded and unfit for use property in the Drug Abuse Reduction Task Force Department.
So moved. Seconded.
Mr. Burning.
Aye.
Mr. Honolo.
Aye.
Ms. McFarland.
Aye.
Resolution carries.
Next resolution is 113, 2019, authorizing the sale of internet auction of vehicles forfeited to Springfield Township pursuant to Section 2981.05 of the Ohio Revised Code, which are no longer needed for public use, are obsolete or unfit for use in the Drug Abuse Reduction Task Force of our police department.
So moved. Seconded.
Mr. Burning.
Aye.
Mr. Honolo.
Aye.
Ms. McFarland.
Aye.
Resolution carries.
And our next resolution is 114, 2019, authorizing the private sale of junk motor vehicles which were titled to the township pursuant to Revised Code 4513.61 and Revised Code 4513.62, and which are not needed or unfit for use in any township department.
So moved. Seconded.
Mr. Burning.
Aye.
Mr. Honolo.
Aye.
Ms. McFarland.
Aye.
Resolution carries.
And the final resolution is number 115, 2019, declaring nuisances pursuant to Ohio Revised Code Section 505.87 at various listed properties within Springfield Township and authorizing statutory actions necessary to abate the nuisances. Need a motion.
So moved. Seconded.
Mr. Burning.
Aye.
Mr. Honolo.
Aye.
Ms. McFarland.
Aye.
Resolution carries.
Okay. Any old business?
No. I've no old business.
Okay. I just have one question. Chief, are we going to have, or do we have any of our officers up in Dayton?
That's a very long story. I'll make very short. Yes, ma'am, we have 4 of our honor guard officers that are there. And I just wanted to point out that, with us being the administrating agency for DART, we do have several officers that are designated as task force officers with the Drug Enforcement Administration, as was Detective Del Rio from Dayton. When he was tragically killed, the Dayton office contacted the Cincinnati office, and we actually had officers that went and completed that search warrant, securing all the evidence from that situation because of the fact that they obviously could not continue on after that shooting. So we've had people heavily involved in that entire situation.
Thank you. Thank you for that report. Any new business?
No new business.
New business? Now we come to the part in our program where we have citizens' participation, and that means that any citizen in the audience has the opportunity to come before us as trustees. And if you have any comments or thoughts, we'd entertain those and ask anyone else in the audience if they would please abstain from any conversation so we can listen to that particular person as they speak.
I'm going to go out and speak.
Gwen, I don't have new business, but I would like to welcome in the back of the room our newest trustee, Christy Davis, who recently won the election to take over for Gwen, who has decided to move on to greener pastures, or different pastures anyway. I don't know if they're greener, but, so I
Everything's
just wanted to welcome Christy to the board, effective obviously January 1st.
Absolutely.
And we're going to miss you, Gwenny.
I will miss you too. I'll be tuning in, though. And before we adjourn the meeting, and I have to apologize for this, I'd like us to have a moment of silence for the fallen officer that was in Dayton. Our police department, all of our departments work so well together, police, fire, service. When one of our brothers or sisters meets a casualty, as that did, it brings it home, to, at least to me, of how much we really value all of our officers that participate and keep our community safe. But I think we must never forget what you all do when you're out there 24/7. And you never know what you're going to walk into. And I know at one point I was with our police officers at night, and I didn't know where we were going, and it was dark, and it was in the backyard of a place in a neighborhood, which I won't define. But it really brought it home to me how you don't know when you go around a corner or you're responding to a call, what you're going to meet. So I'd like a moment of silence for the fallen officer in Dayton, please. Thank you. Entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Seconded.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned.